Shalom, everybody. This is J. Rivka Asulin. Some of you know me from Ancient Roots Israel. Some of you know me from Wise Woman Fertility. Thanks for joining me on the plant walk right now. Unfortunately, I can only call 3 people at a time, so I'm going to make a series of short videos. The first thing I want to ask you to do is come outside. Come outside. Get into your yard. Get into the park. Get into wherever you can get sunlight. Roll up your sleeves to the elbows. And what we're aiming for is 15 minutes of vitamin D, as I was saying, vitamin D direct from the sun. So that's one of the reasons we're out here right now. This is wonderful, not herbal medicine, but in the sense that we're going to look at herbs while we get the vitamin D medicine. So let's go ahead into my yard. I'm going to turn the camera. You can see behind me. It's full of weeds. You can go to any kind of weedy place and start hunting for these herbs. And let's try and cover just a couple today. Looking at this weedy area with all sorts of different plants growing. I'm going to look right now, I'm going to hunt for a plant called chickweed. And because chickweed doesn't like the sun, chickweed likes the cool shade. You know, we're going to find like a lot of this chickweed that I'm seeing here has died. But I'm going to go ahead and look under this trampoline in this shaded area. And lo and behold, what have we got here but chickweed? Okay, so excuse my technical difficulties, but I was showing you the chickweed under the trampoline. But as I found, I have another patch of chickweed which I was showing you in the video, which I had made at an earlier time. And right in the middle of that patch, as my kids and I were eating away, all of a sudden I popped something into my mouth and went, "Wait, stop, everyone! This is not chickweed." Usually, this other plant pops up just right, slightly after the chickweed. So I'm going to show that to you right now. I just sent the link above. Many of us know this as Scarlet Pimpernel, but here, oh, I just spotted it. Did you? Scarlet Pimpernel, but where we live in this area, the flowers are not scarlet. See, this flower up here, we can talk about that later, but this is the one I'm interested in. Hi, honey. This one right here, and it looks just like chickweed, except it's got this little flower, and the flowers even look the same before they, oh, look, that one has a snail. That one has a snail on it, which is really cool. I'm going to find another Scarlet Pimpernel over here so you can actually see the flower. Whoa, something's getting in the way. There you are. The flowers hanging off. Do you see those flowers? Let me try and point it out right there. And there's one hanging out over there, which is typically longer than what you'll see in chickweed. But the ones here on the top that are hanging off the sides look a lot like chickweed when they're closed. You kind of have to peek inside and you can see that. So I was saying you can peek inside and see that blue flower when you peek inside. Can you see that? That little blue right there? There you go. So that's another clue. It looks a lot like chickweed. The leaves may be slightly pointier depending on your chickweed. But here's another way to know if you're dealing with Scarlet Pimpernel. And this actually obviously isn't scarlet, but do you see these black dots under the leaves? You see that? Yeah, that's a Scarlet Pimpernel. That's a pimpernel right. I'm going to pluck this Scarlet Pimpernel. Take a look at that stem right there. Do you see how it's got a square stem? You can actually see the 4 sides to that stem. Well, my camera's actually doing a pretty good job. You know, you can see that as I turn it, the 4 sides. Square stems, guess what? Chickweed does not have a square stem. And there's those black dots on the underside of the leaf, which you're dealing with a pimpernel. Now oh, and there you go. Here's just the beautiful flower up close. Aren't they beautiful? Some writers have said that the reddish orange flowers represent the girls, the boys, and the blue represents the girls. I don't know if any of that's true. I haven't looked into it. When it was used as a potent medicine, some claim. The blue flowers, I'm just trying to focus on the back there for you. The blue flowers were considered to be more apt for women, and the orange red for men, which is very interesting. It's listed in some sources as a toxic look-alike to chickweed. In other places, sorry, this isn't amazing what's happening. It needs my hand as a background, but in some places, this is considered a food, and you can, it says you can eat the leaves in small doses. For some people, they have a contact dermatitis. They have some kind of allergic reaction just by touching the plant. I don't. So let me stop there for a minute and see if any of you have questions about these two plants that we just covered.